It looks like Ja Morant's fake apology tour that he did, the softball interview with woke ESPN and Jalen Rose, where he said that he was in a bad headspace and he really was looking forward to fixing himself and doing right by everybody after he had been suspended by the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA for multiple instances of problems with the law, problems flashing his gun, including on an IG Live in Colorado right after a game with the Denver Nuggets. Well, it looks like he had no intention of ever changing, as we saw the other day. Ja Morant somehow caught flashing another gun, well, should I say the same gun again, on IG Live. How stupid can you possibly get? That seems to be the answer that Ja Morant is trying to find. How stupid can he be? And he was immediately suspended by the Memphis Grizzlies indefinitely as they decide to look into this. Keep in mind, this is now the fourth, I think, incident within the last year where it's had something to do with Ja Morant and a weapon. I will say it once again, 1,000%. I think that Ja Morant, if he wants to conceal, carry, and protect himself, he 100% should. Just like I do, just like so many people here in America do with our Second Amendment right. There's a big difference between carrying a weapon and, being very pro-gun, pro-2A like I am, and flashing it around, dangling it around, putting it by your head as you're dancing and singing to rap music just because you want to act hard. Of course, we've also had incidents where it sounded like he pointed the gun at several people when he got into altercations with them, beasts with them, including members of the Indiana Pacers organization. This dude is a loose cannon, and it continues to get worse for Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. Caught once again on IG Live, flipping around there, or, dangling his gun out as he's rapping in the car. And now we're starting to hear that the suspension could be very, very significant for Ja Morant. Clearly, it's an embarrassment to the NBA, an embarrassment for the Memphis Grizzlies. Their last suspension didn't take. So what's going to happen with this one? ESPN Stephen A. Smith reveals what he's hearing about Ja Morant within NBA circles. Ja Morant could be suspended a year. That's what Stephen A. Smith is now saying. Now, I think that's a little much for the infraction for what happened. But when you have a superstar player like Ja Morant, who is getting into fights with people, getting into fights at malls, pointing his gun at Indiana Pacers, dangling his gun in a strip club at 3 a.m, now this instance, after it had already been suspended, what do you do to send a message to this guy that he can't be doing these things as one of the faces of the NBA? Let's listen to a little bit about what Stephen A. Smith says.
It's one thing for you to do stupid, idiotic, irresponsible things. It's another thing for you to catch yourself. This is not TMZ or somebody else find a video. In March, that stuff was on Ja Morant's own Instagram account.
And I don't know, there's like I don't know if this was recorded by somebody else. You can hear him breathing or whatever. So that's not ESPN. It's also not me. It's just on the recording.
Yesterday, or whenever it was revealed that he did the latest stuff, it was one of his boys sitting right next to him, putting it on Instagram Live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's not called fool. That's not called foolish. It's like a new fool. You can't make this up. And so for me, when I think about this, I'm thinking about the fact that when I spoke to Draymond Green on his...
And he goes and he talks about how a lot of people in the NBA said, this guy's really smart. This guy's brilliant. Like, he's not stupid. He's a smart guy. Clearly, he's not a smart guy. He puts a line in there. Ja Morant's been associated with guns more than he's been associated with winning. But to close it out, here's what he's hearing from NBA people.
Again, how has that worked out? The league evidently is going to feel compelled to step in. And I've got people in the league texting me saying Ja Morant should be suspended for the year. I'm not saying that. I think that's too harsh. But there are people who are saying you got to send a message to the entire league that this kind of stuff is not going to be tolerated because it compromises the success of the brand.
A year suspension might be possible for dumb fuck Ja Morant. He wanted to act hard. He wanted to act like a thug. And he wanted to make up all these excuses as to why he was doing it. He's retarded. Like, Ja Morant is an absolute idiot. You can tell, Draymond Green said he's brilliant. Fuck off with that. The decisions he's making are stupid as hell. So I don't care what his basketball IQ is. I don't care what he did go to private school. That's why he has to act hard instead of actually be hard. That's why he's overcompensating for all these things. Because he grew up with a nice family and a nice place, going to a nice school. Now he's trying to act all thug. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. Do you think a year is too harsh, just right? Or do you think he should be suspended at all? Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.